Hi, I'm Rand, and I was an HR consultant for a long time, and I have retired and started my new HR, which is my new happy retirement. And this documents my life in retirement. This video is about measuring and cutting the stones to inlay into the sculpture. So it goes through that whole process of putting the stones in. And the next steps then would be to start working on the wood. So thanks for joining. I hope you enjoy it. And welcome to my new HR. Goodbye. So here are the stones that are going to get inlaid, and so I've marked them. And again, this is based on the design. Again, here's a painting of the design that is based on the Fibonacci sequence. So each of the stones is measured as part of that sequence and inlaid into the wood. So we're going to cut one right here. That'll be our longest stone right here. Another one right here. And then we'll cut the last one about right here. So just a little small stone. So we're going to cut those up. Work on how they fit together, because how they come together is crucially important. I'm going to square up the end of this before I cut my first link. So working from this edge, we'll start to measure. It's fairly squared up on the front side. Sit in there. This will probably be the top. All right. I'll make a few more cuts and we'll show you how they all fit together. All right, so you can see I've cut the 17, I can't remember what exactly it is, 17.55, and I'm matching it up to the next piece. And I've kind of honed that down to where it's a nice joint right there. I will probably come back and work it with a file to make it even finer. So those two will fit together. And this one's going to get cut then to 10.8 inches to match the measurement. And then we'll come back and cut another one a little over 6 inches, 6.25 or something like that, maybe 7.5, to match the third stone. So we're down to the final cut. So you can see where this comes together. These two come together. Next one's up. So I have one more cut right about here. And then we'll be ready to mark the sculpture and start cutting it to inlay the boards. Okay, so I've got the stones laid on the beam where they're going to go, and I'm going to start marking them out. I'm going to go ahead and trace around these stones, and it's going to give me the basic kind of view of where it's going to go in the log. I'm probably going to have to trim these stones on the back side because I don't want to have to cut a hole wider than the face. So I'm going to have to cut back a little bit because I don't want to have a big gouge out in order to fit these in. So we've got a lot of work to do to make these things fit nicely, but this will give me an idea. And I did measure it. Here's where it's going in. It's 28.35 inches from the top. And that works out in the Fibonacci sequence perfectly. So I work backwards from the full length of the beam to come up with the smallest pieces of the Fibonacci, which are not included in the stones. These are like the first. So you would have another one 4.2, 2.7, and 135 and 135, and that would be the beginning. 1.35 inches would be your first units of measure starting the Fibonacci sequence in the measure of these stones. So here I used a circular saw to provide guidelines, and I'll rough out the hole to that point. Then I'll take my time chiseling the sides out to match the stones. Well, I have a stone that's ready to inlay. It's the smallest one, so just got it nice and smooth out and cut down. So I'm ready to put it in. Cut out a trench and then chisel to match the stone itself. So I'm just going to set it in, check the fit, see how it goes. Right, so I've got the second stone inlaid into the sculpture. You can start to see how they're going to work together and how it works together with the wood. Okay, we've got all the stones inlaid. Pretty pleased with how they came out. Real pretty. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. The next steps are to taper the wood towards the middle. I really think I'm going to do that, and then finish the back and the sides. I'm going to leave that front pretty rough the way it is. It has a lot of nice character to it, so I'm going to keep that, try to preserve it. And then I also want to share with you some of the other things that I've been doing throughout the day. I usually paint in the morning for 3 or 4 hours, so I've been doing a lot of paintings. So I want to share some of that, and some of the process of making my paintings, as well as some of the crafts that I've been producing over the Christmas season. So I've been very busy. It's been a very productive time, very creative time for me, and I'm really loving it. So thanks for watching, and keep watching, and welcome to mynewHR.